I wanted to show up here on Instagram Live and hopefully answer any questions you might have. I usually have a list of things I want to talk about, and let me just. I usually have a list of things I want to talk about, and I just really wanted to hang out with you today and just see how you're doing and see if I can answer any of your questions and bring some value to you. So let's see. How are you, my friend?
Hey Ron, how are you doing today?
Where are you?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
What a
Yes.
fantastic city.
It is not bad. It's kind of cold right now.
It's kind of cold, but you're in the south.
Hey, I mean, for us it's cold compared to, Minneapolis, and I mean, it's not that bad, but down here it's pretty chilly.
Good man. What's your name?
My name is Mikhail.
Makayo?
Yes, sir. Mikhail. Yes, sir.
Nice of you to take some time to chat with me. So
Thank
what do
you.
you want to talk about, or what do you want to say?
I've just finished 5 a.m. Club, which is life-changing book. I'm sure millions of people can agree with that. But my question is, how do you go by finding a mentor that could actually guide you through, some things like what are the right questions to ask, and what is the proper way actually to approach that person? One. And second question is, how do you go by starting a mastermind group? Because your circle do define the kind of person you will be in the future.
What brilliant questions.
Thank you.
So I'd say I'm just writing it down so I can reply to you. So a mentor. Mentors are incredibly powerful. For me, I was very blessed early on. Probably when I was your age, I had 3 incredible mentors. One was a neighbor, one was my father, and one was a judge. And you just learn the most. Sometimes it's just one line a mentor will say to you that stays with you your entire life. And even more importantly, it's just sometimes watching them, they introduce you to what's possible. They show you a different way to live. They show you different routines. So I'm really happy you're thinking about a mentor. How do you approach a mentor? Well, mentors can be alive or dead. Some of my greatest mentors have been my books. So if you want Ben Franklin to mentor you, if you want Marcus Aurelius to mentor you, if you want Shakespeare to mentor you, if you want John Paul Getty to mentor you, if you want Michelle Obama to mentor you, if you want whoever, you can just, through their books, through their audiobooks, through their writings, even podcasts, great way to be mentored. Online, right? Online courses, you're being mentored. If it's a live person, you want to interact with, I'd say always bring value.
Yes.
Right? So many people, it's like, well, what can I get? Well, how about if there's someone in your community that you think would be a great mentor, why not just send them your favorite book and write a handwritten note? Remember those handwritten notes?
Yes.
And just go, I admire your career, et cetera, et cetera. This is one of my favorite books. I hope it brings you some value. And if it's okay, I'd love to take you for a cup of coffee, or even just talk to you for half an hour on a video call.
Wow, that's a good way.
That's pretty simple, right? So that's, and then about a mastermind group, brilliant idea. The first time I ever heard about a mastermind group was Norman Vincent Peale's Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Yes, yeah, I read that.
Great chapter on mastermind groups. I was in one for 15 years. Every Friday morning, I'd meet with my mastermind partner, 6 o'clock. We'd walk for an hour in the woods. We talk about life, business, relationships, health, biohacking, etc. So how do you do it? You just find someone who's like-minded. Find someone who you're going to enjoy, who will inspire you. Someone who will challenge you. Someone who I think will be honest with you. And someone who loves learning and can talk about books and rich ideas. And then what I would suggest is once a week. And again, I suggest, why not 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. and go for a nature walk and do that walk, drink some coffee if you like it, and just do it regularly. How does that sound?
That helped a lot. That definitely makes sense. Yes, sir.
Good man. Well, listen, do you celebrate the holidays this time of the year?
Yes, yes. I am Ethiopian Coptic Orthodox, so we do celebrate Christmas here as well. But our Christmas on 7th of January of next year.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
That's one of my best friends in law school was Ethiopian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm born in Africa, so
South Africa.
no, I was born in Uganda.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
not too far from Ethiopia.
Yeah, not that far. A little
Good
down
man.
the street.
Good man. And what are you going to do? What's the plan for the future?
Well, I mean, I'm a civil engineer full time, so just trying to work on my, professional career as well as my personal goal, but hopefully get my PEs, actually going to get my PE license in the near future. That's the plan, and pretty much just work as an engineer for as much as I can, and follow what God has planned for me.
Well, you're a very wise man, and you've got a great profession. So I'm sure your star will continue to rise.
Thank you, sir. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate you. Have a great holiday. Bye.
You too. Now, pleasure.
All right. If you want to chat by video, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me. Let's see. I'm going to try to bring on someone else. So this is a great time to be reflecting on 2020. I have my journal, and I actually have my moleskin. I don't know if you do this, but I have a moleskin, and I do my 2021 dream book. And what I do is I write all my goals for 2021, and I even do these kinds of mind maps and diagrams. But it's a great time to ask yourself, if you were looking for some good questions to journal on, I would say, I'm going to get to the video request in a second. I'd love to chat. But I would say, ask yourself this question: where did I grow in 2020? What must I let go of in 2021? What are my 5 top improvements for 2021? What are my big 5? My 5 priorities that I will build my days around in 2021. Let me just get to I have a lot of video requests, and I really want to make sure I get to chat with as many of you wonderful human beings as possible. So those are some questions, and then you want to start planning 2021 month by month. How are you, my friend?
Hello. Hello, Robin.
What's your name?
My name is Carlos.
Carlos.
Yes, I live in Madrid.
Oh, I was in Madrid I think it was 2019, and I have to tell you, I went and saw Picasso's Guernica at the museum.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry for the light, but I'm only want to thank you because today I finished this 66-day challenge. Yes, today, and I'm a medical director of a private hospital here in Madrid, in a little town called Torrelodones, and we are struggling with COVID-19, hard times for me, my family, and all the patients I'm caring for. And I used to wake up very early in the morning just to work. And I discovered the book, and I'm so glad to my wife, because she put that book in my hands, and it's wonderful. I'm very, very grateful for that.
Carlos, bravo. So for anyone who doesn't know about my 66-day challenge, at the end of the 5 a.m. club, there's a video course, free, no charge whatsoever, 66 days of training to help you live the habit. So you made today's day 66?
Yes. I saw the videos. I received an email from you this morning, and I began watching video number 1 because, hospital is a messy thing, and
yes,
I couldn't. It's late night here in Spain, so maybe tomorrow five.
Well, Carlos, I want to congratulate you, and I also want to celebrate you as I don't know if you're a physician. You said you're a medical director, but I
Yes,
know
I'm a family doctor.
family doctor.
Yes, and I'm
Well,
13 years from now working as a medical director.
so as a family doctor, you know, you're one of the heroes of the pandemic, and I know Madrid has had, from what I've read, a very hard time. And I just, you know, what can I say? We appreciate everything people like you are doing, and I hope you stay safe, and I hope your family stay safe. And I say muchas gracias, and I can't wait to hopefully see you in Spain one day.
Thank you very much. You're doing a great job. I'm hoping. I'm waiting for your new book.
Thank you, Carlos.
We'll keep pushing. Fuerza y honor, as we say to all my team every day. Fuerza y honor. Thank you very much.
Stay safe. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So yes, bravo, Carlos. You know, we just saw someone who is a medical director of hospital in Madrid, and COVID has been very severe in Madrid. So, you know, I think what 2020 has taught us has been the world has so many heroes, and many of them don't have formal titles or positions. And I see people in my community showing heroism every single day, and those are the people that inspire me and move me. And a lot of the new book is about how to own your own personal heroism. I think the world has been a cold place, and the world has taught us to disbelieve, and the world has taught us to neglect our talents, and the world has taught us to degrade the sparkle in our eye. And I believe, you know, I even see too many people behaving like victims right now. It's like, you know, you have to help me, and you have to do this for me. And please remember the power we have as human beings. We have incredible power to be creative in difficult situations. We have incredible, I think about, I listened to a podcast of Nelson Mandela's executive assistant. I'm trying to remember her name. It was Zelda Lagrange. I had the privilege of meeting her in Johannesburg one time. So I listened to a podcast where she mentioned that Nelson Mandela would get up at 5 a.m. in his prison cell, and he would exercise, and he would do push-ups. And, you know, if he could do that, we can certainly find solutions to the things that we're dealing with as well. So it is a time for heroism. I think 2021 is going to be an amazing year. I believe years have energy, and I think 2020 came to us to wake us to. Often when it looks like everything is falling apart, things are just being rebuilt even better. And if you look at the great spiritualists, they understand that a human being must experience a little death to experience a spiritual rebirth. And even something like joining the 5 a.m. club, sometimes you feel like it's all falling apart because you're being rewired and you're being reordered, and you become stronger. And I think 2020 was a year where it looked like everything was falling apart. Pandemic, global economy is a mess. All sorts of other social issues, environmental issues. But I really believe there's a vast reordering happening at a macro level. And I think we're being called to know more of our genius. We're being called to live more of our talents. We're being called to be more creative. We're being called to unite as a human family. We're being called to protect Mother Earth. We're being called to be more loving and more kind to people. We're going to a much better place. But remember, the brain tattoo and the 5 a.m. club all changes hard at first, and it's messy in the middle, and it's gorgeous at the end. I've got a lot of people who want to talk on video, and I'd love to bring in some people here. Let's have a look. So, how are you, my friend?
Hey, Robin. This is so awesome. I've been looking forward to trying to get on your live.
What's your name?
My name's Andy.
Andy, where are you?
So I'm originally from Canada, but I'm currently in Serbia, Europe right now. My girlfriend lives out here.
Oh, I love Serbia. Are you in Belgrade?
I am right in the downtown area.
What a fantastic city.
It's a pretty awesome city. Yeah, it's got some character here. So
Yeah, and some great people. Like the culture, the Eastern European culture, the Serbian culture is really fantastic.
yeah, I'm assuming you've been out here.
I've done a bunch of leadership presentations in Belgrade.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so I know it fairly well. It's there's a very lively area down by the water. I can't remember exactly where it is, but a lot of good restaurants and great food.
Yes, awesome food. Awesome food. So
what's on your mind?
You know, Robin, I'd say the biggest thing that's feeling alive for me right now is around just slowing down a little bit and creating more space for creative energy to land. I feel like sometimes we get in like this space where we're like doing all the time, and we lose like a little bit of direction on like where we're actually going. And so I think there's a lot of value in like slowing down, and that's what's feeling like most alive for me at the moment.
Yeah, I think doing nothing has a bad reputation.
Yes. Yeah.
I think, John Lennon said it really well. And he said, time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time.
Yep.
And I think if you look at you talked about creativity, the great artists, they did something really interesting. They'd have their rich times of creativity, and then they had their months and even their years where they'd travel, they'd read, they'd sunbathe, they'd have 4-hour-long meals with their friends.
Yeah.
And it makes me think of the Japanese novelist Haruki Murakami. He said, when you're not writing your book is when you're writing your next book.
Wow.
So you're wise, like just live life, and that's making you a more interesting, richer person, and then that will form your creativity. I think over productivity is very dangerous to an artist.
Right. So can I ask you a question? Where do you think that stems from? Like this need to like do and go, and like where do you think that comes from?
It's a brilliant question. I think it's a very Western ideology.
Yeah.
I think in the East, it's more it's okay to just be.
Right.
I think in the West, it's our success is measured by our output. But I believe it's better to produce 1 or 2 masterworks over a lifetime than 10,000 mediocrities.
Wow, that's deep. Love that.
Yeah, so I would rather work on a book for 2 or 3 years and then take a few years off.
Yeah.
Reorder my philosophy, rethink my next level, and then come back into the world with my next piece of work. And even, I don't know, have you read the 5 a.m. Club?
So I actually have a copy right here, and I'm about to start it this week. So
awesome. Well, there's an answer. There's a whole chapter explaining your question. I want to try to pull this up here, but there's actually, I live my life in 2 cycles. I live my life in the high excellence cycle.
Yeah.
So there's the high excellence cycle. That could be a day or a week or even a year where you're just in your high excellence. You're running all your routines, you're up early, you're really productive, you're eating clean, you're exercising, you're in your high excellence cycle. You're in the world. But then I'm encouraging you to pull back and then enter a deep recovery cycle. Now that could be within a day. You work for 5 hours, then you take the rest of the day off. It could be a deep recovery cycle in a week where you just take the weekends off. Could be in a quarter where you just take two weeks off, or it could be in a year, you take 2 months off. But I believe elite performance and sustained elite performance, so that over your lifetime, you increase in creativity, productivity, and the value you bring to the world. It's this cycling versus every second in high excellence cycle. And that's why I don't subscribe to the hustle and grind culture. Because I think I think it actually depletes your assets of genius. And I think the way to do it, what works best for me and my clients, is you work in intense cycles and then you pull back and you enjoy life and you rest and you be in nature, and then you're renewed and you come back even stronger.
So are you hyper like intentional with like the time frame of your recovery time, or is that something you feel out like with your intuition?
This is, I've hardly ever shared this, but this is my week. Can you see that right here? This is my week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Do you see the green? Do you see the green time blocks?
Yes.
Those are my massages, my workouts, my meditation sessions, sometimes even my naps. So yes, I'm very intentional in terms of when I'm bringing on the fire, and even in a day when I'm actually going to recover. And that allows me to enjoy what I do. And when I work, I don't mess around. And when I play, I don't mess around.
Yeah, I love that. You know, it reminds me of like this, I don't know where the quote came from, but, or that a saying perhaps. It was like, we're not human doings, we're human beings. And it's such a beautiful reminder of like that harmony that we got to find within us. Action time, fire, and then like rest time, like water, right? So
it's so true and so wise of you to say that. You know, I think the ideal person is part warrior, part poet.
Yeah, I love that. Part warrior, part poet. Yeah.
Part warrior, part poet. Or I think the ideal person has the masculine energy and the feminine energy, the head and the heart,
And the heart.
the yin and the yang. So
Yes.
too much high performance, we're too much onto one extreme.
Yeah.
And too much, too much rest is also not the best thing either, right?
Yeah, exactly. Love that. And it's like, it's a practice over time, right? So you learn how to find that sweet spot for you, because it may be different for everyone else.
I think that's right. And I have to tell you, I'm good at it, but I still struggle with it. I think my default mechanism is, if I'm not doing something, I'm wasting my time and I feel guilty. So I still remind myself every day that rest is not a necessity. Rest is not a luxury. Rest is a necessity.
Yeah, there's so much humility to hear from you that you still struggle in so many areas as well, even though you're at where you're at, right, Robin?
Well, you're very generous to say that. I'm a very ordinary person, and I struggle with a lot of things. I think that's called being human. But all I can say is I'm at a better place than I was 20 years ago. So I guess I'm making some progress.
I love that, Robin. Awesome.
Good man. Well, listen, you're obviously thinking about some very profound things, and it sounds like you're very creative, and sounds like you're living things in a really interesting way.
Yeah, thanks, Robin. I do life coaching, and so it's really important for me to be, when I'm in service of other people, I always got to make sure that my cup is relatively full if I'm in a place of service, and also just practicing what I teach, right? So there's one of the reasons why I follow you and read your content, and you inspire me to continue all that stuff. So
Keep up the great work and keep up the great rest.
Hey, thanks. I
All right,
appreciate the reminder, Robin.
enjoy. I appreciate you. Enjoy Belgrade.
Thank you so much. Nice chatting with you.
My pleasure.
Bye, Robin.
See ya. Thanks, Andy. Okay, guys. Greetings from Bolivia. I don't know. Do you have any questions? I can. Would it be helpful if I tell you if I walk you through very quickly how I plan my weeks? Seems to be a lot of people who are interested in that. So what I'll do is, very quickly, you can do it. I have these long legal pads that I've used for years as a lawyer. And so this is just, I have a template. This is how I plan my week right there. But for now, you could create your own, and you just, let me just see if I can have a better. Okay, so this is your week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You write out your week, and then what you do is ask yourself, what are three truly exceptional things that you want to achieve this week? And you write them right here, your three truly exceptionals. And then what you start doing is you start what I call strategic time blocking. You write down your time for your meditation from 5 to 6, your victory hour, or the 20-20-20 formula. So you write it right here, 5 to 6 a.m. And you do it across your whole week. And then you have your work projects. And then if you have read the 5 a.m. Club, you know about the second wind workout. So you can put right here, 5 to 6 p.m. 2WW. And then you can have a family meal, great idea. So then 7 to 8, family meal. And then you can have 8 to 10, your pre-sleep ritual. It might be a bath, it might be meditation, it might be watching a documentary, it might be having a cup of tea with your partner. And you literally, if you've read the 5 a.m. Club, you know about the 2 massage protocol. You can put your massage time here. And you literally build out your entire week with these time chunks. Your family time goes there, your morning routines go there, your pre-sleep rituals go there. If you want to slow down on the weekend, you can just actually have, I call them 0 device days, 0 device days. You can actually put ZDD to remind you to turn off your technology, and then you have this free space. People have been asking me to do a planner. One of these days I'll do a time planner, but hopefully that was helpful. I have Uzbekistan here with me. And let's see. Okay, some more video requests. Someone asks about Holland. Hello, Holland. What do I eat? What do I eat? Well, I don't eat. I fast. No, I love fasting. So my last meal would usually be around 9 o'clock in the evening. Then I wake up, I have a cup of coffee in the morning. Great cognitive enhancer, great antioxidant. And then I love fresh mint tea with fresh ginger. And when I'm in work mode, I will fast until about 3 or 4 o'clock, and I'll just drink the ginger mint tea, and I won't have anything else. I'll have a few vitamins, but I won't have anything else. And then at about 4 o'clock, I often break my fast with a few eggs and some feta cheese and some olive oil drizzled over the feta cheese. And sometimes I'll have some basil and tomatoes in a little salad and some blueberries. And then I'll have a dinner at about 8 or 9 o'clock. So fasting is a big part of my protocol. Writing the new book I'm writing, for everyone asking, I'll be announcing the title fairly soon. You probably know if you've been following my work. I started this book in February, and I believe the new book is going to be the most valuable book I've ever written. It is part memoir. I've shared a lot of my personal struggles, my personal journey. I share my own routines. I talk a lot about elite productivity. I talk a lot about how do you do your master work in the new book. And the book also has a lot of metaphysics. And the book has a lot of spirituality. So it's kind of a strange mix of memoir, productivity, elite performance, and spirituality. But I believe success without soul is a very empty way to live. And so I think it's important that we're in the world and we're being productive and we're serving people and we're pursuing our craft and handcrafting a great life. But I also believe it's important to honor our spiritual lives and to go within and to find a sense of interior freedom so that our identities are not based on who we are in the world, but our identities are based on our relationship with our most heroic self. Greece, someone from Greece. I did an Instagram live with my Greek readers yesterday. Bolivia, muchas gracias. Serbia, I was just talking to Alex, or excuse me, yeah, it's Adam from Belgrade. Malaysia, would love. Okay, let me go to some videos here. And then I need to get going. Where's the video request? One day I'm going to have to learn how to use Instagram properly. I'm trying to bring up Manu here. Manu.
Hello.
I think Manu lives in a cave. I can hardly see you.
Hello.
Okay, well, there was no light in that room. So let me try one more here. Wheel Your Will from Greece. I assume you're talking about the Instagram live yesterday, that it was amazing. I really enjoyed being a part of it. It was super fun for me. Macedonia. I was in Skopje a few years ago. That's looks like Biljana. China, Indian in China. That's Basanti. Great lighting. Kevin says great lighting. I don't know. Slovakia, California. Okay, Colombia. I have so many readers in Colombia that I'm so grateful who are supporting my book so much. Rosemary, love you too. Nina from Sweden. All right, if you have some more questions, I will be happy to answer your questions. How can you see Robin clearly? I don't know what that means. Israel, shalom. That's Netanel. Lester, Harit. Portugal, obrigado. Karma experiment from Maryland. I would do anything for a conversation with you in person. Well, you have to do a video request and I'd love to chat with you. Now, how do I can see the video, all the people who want to talk about through video, but when I press it, only Instagram keeps on changing their tools and methods. Okay, Letitia, I just read the 5 a.m. Club and I cannot stop speaking about it to everyone. What an amazing, best book I've ever read. Wonderful, Letitia. Letitia's my sister, so I told her to say that. No, I'm just joking. Here's a good question. How can one unlock their mind to be able to dig deeper into the subconscious? Well, the first thing I'd say is so many people are talking about the mind. It's how can I unlock the mind? how can I improve my mind? How can I think better thoughts so I change my life? And of course, mindset is very important. And if you want to unlock your mind, to answer your question, I would say auto-suggestion, affirmation, visualization, meditation, reading books is a powerful way to reorder your belief system, associating with people whose lives you want to be living, because we have mirror neurons. Subconsciously, we mimic the behaviors of the people that we spend our time with. Please also understand the phenomenon known as emotional contagion. We adopt subconsciously the emotions of the people we spend most of our time with. So those are some ways to upgrade your mindset. But as I talked about in the 5 a.m. Club, there are 4 interior empires, not just mindset. If I can find the model, it's mindset is only one element of the personal mastery equation, because your mindset is your psychology. Is your psychology important? Is installing the beliefs of world class important? Absolutely. Is being positive important to exponential productivity and a great life? Absolutely. But as human beings, we are more than just our psychology. We also have feelings. So we have what I call a heart set, the second interior. I'm trying to find the model. We have our second interior empire after our mindset, and that's our heart set, our emotionality. And we have to work on that. We have to release guilt and shame and anger and sorrow and all of those trapped emotions that we build up and suppress as we go through a human life. Otherwise, you're going to sabotage yourself. You'll have a great mindset, but you're never going to get exponential productivity or creativity or prosperity because you're at war. You've got a great mindset, but you've got a toxic heart set. So there's the second interior empire. I'm trying to find the, oh, here we go. The second interior empire, which is heart set. And then I believe there's a third interior empire if you want to achieve true personal mastery that will allow you to experience the outer empires of creativity, productivity, prosperity, and service to humanity. The third interior empire is health set. We've got a psychology, we've got an emotionality, we've got a physicality. If you don't take care of your body, if you don't increase immunity, if you don't reduce inflammation, if you don't supplement, if you don't get enough sleep, if you don't get enough sunlight, if you don't get enough air, don't get enough exercise, you can have the loftiest ethical ambitions, but you could be diseased, or you could die. And then the final interior empire, soul set. Mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. And if you're just joining us, it's from the 5 a.m. Club. And your soul set is essentially the wisest, most heroic, most unconquerable, most creative, most loving part of you. We have an ego and we have a hero. Too many of us are living our lives by our egoic nature versus living by our heroic nature. I talk a lot about it in the 5 a.m. Club book. How to turn down the voice of the ego so you can hear the whispers of your soul set. So I think personal mastery is more than just your mindset. Mindset, your thinking, and your psychology is important, but heart set, health set, soul set, also very important. Hopefully that piece will help you. And I think the 4 interior empires model in the 5 a.m. Club is revolutionary, because so many pundits are talking about mindset is everything. And so many people are talking about, think your way to a better life. Think your way to elite performance. Think your way to a world-class enterprise. Increase your psychology. But what about your emotions? What about your body and your physiology? And what about your spirituality? Okay, last question. So let me see if I can. I'll go to a video request if I can. Just forgive me here, and I'm going to try to. Here we go. What can while I'm trying to bring in someone via video, I'd say this is a great time to reflect on 20. Who do we have here? Okay. The gods of video connection are not cooperating here today, but I'd simply say this is a great time to find some silence, and I'll try another video. I'm trying to bring in people here. There's a lot of video requests, and then I get to see ceilings. I enjoy seeing people's ceilings, but I'd rather see their faces. I'd rather talk to them than look at their furniture.
How you doing?
Hey, great. I can hardly. Hey, there. Everyone's in the darkness today.
Came out of the darkness.
So you have seen the light.
You know what? Technically, this synchronicity allowed me to step outside where it's snowing here in Northern Virginia. It's our first day of snow.
I didn't know it snows in Northern Virginia.
Right outside of DC, we get all kinds of weather. If you can see right here. Where are you in the U.S.?
I'm not in the U.S. I'm in an isolated location that. What's your name, my friend?
My name is Muhammad.
Mohammed, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And what are you thinking about? What's on your mind? How can I be of service to you?
Hey, so I have your book, The 5 a.m. Club, and I've whipped through a lot of its pages. I've traveled a lot in the past year. The biggest obstacle in my life right now is I feel like I'm going back into my old roots as far as trauma base, especially being with family right now. And I've learned so much, I've read so much, I've practiced so many techniques on healing, and I'm right now being challenged as far as being tested in whether or not I'm able to show up and practice these techniques and have to be able to find compassion, to be able to find understanding and find peace. While at the same time, here's my question: when do you know when the line has been drawn as far as your own mental health, your own spiritual health, and then looking to try and help somebody be able to see the light so that you guys can have a better relationship? Because I feel like that's where the incompatibility is. It's just my intentions, my desires, my ability to enhance somebody's presence by complimenting them and granting God credit for what I'm complimenting, no ego there, as best as I can, but not having that being reciprocated by those I care most about. Long question short.
No, it's a very good question, Mohammed. I'm just making some notes so I can be responsive. So I think there were a few golden nuggets in what you said.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it sounds like you're going through, it sounds like old trauma is coming up.
Yes.
And I'd say to you, be very gentle with yourself. And remember that often when we heal emotionally, it's one step forward and 3 steps back. Secondly, I'd say in my own healing journey, sometimes when I was doing my deepest healing, everything felt like it was falling apart.
Okay.
And a bad day for the ego is a great day for the soul. The ego is saying, why is everything so messy? But your interior foundations are being reordered. And so, you know, the great spiritualists will tell you the spiritual path is a consistent series of little deaths. The old you must die for the better you to show up. Then you get to live life a bit more. Then you die again, so the next best you shows up. Like it sounds like, unless my intuition is off, it sounds like you're going through a little death of sorts.
Yeah, death of an illusion. You know, for a long time I convinced myself that those I care most about in some, family-wise, had better intentions, or I'd make excuses for them a lot. And so as a result, I was just so oblivious to this illusion or this toxic behavior towards me because I've accepted it from a young age. And so literally here at 31, I'm like, whoa, did that just come out of this person's mouth towards me when I didn't, any of that? These realizations have really, at first, abruptly, shattered my illusion. And now I've reflected about it, and I'm realizing people are going to interpret reality and express themselves according to the rationality that they have in the present moment, as opposed to, meaning where they are in their spiritual journey, as opposed to how I need them to behave in order for me to feel safe. And that's kind of the shift that's alleviating a lot of the weight, or a lot of the, oh my God, why is this happening? Why can't you just say this or say that? The more that I stay away from that and just accept and let it go, the more I'm like, okay, that's a variable that I don't want to touch and I can't influence, but it exists and this is what it is right now. And I'm like accepting it best I can with as much bravery and compassion as I can.
Here's what I'd say. I'd say a few things. I'd say everyone comes into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Number two, I'd say life is not hurting you, it's helping you. Your angels, your higher power, you're exactly where you're meant to be, Mohammed, and all of this is for your growth. Thirdly, my friend, you're waking up. You're seeing things that you accepted before, and now you're saying, I can't believe this is happening. It's because you're at a new level of perception and consciousness and probably self-love and self-respect. Now you're going, how do I navigate it? Beautiful. That's just growth. Fourth thing I'd say, if it's family, it's tricky, isn't it? But you can love them from afar. You can never talk to that person again. Or you could start, rather than talking to them every day, maybe it's once a week or once a month. Or you can have a conversation with them and say, here's what I'm feeling when you say things like that, and it really hurts. Give them a chance, try to build communication. So this is where you get to build communication, boundaries, self-respect, and continue your healing journey and your ascension as a human being. So I would say this is all good, and I would say just be very gentle with yourself. Get lots of rest, lots of water, lots of prayer, lots of good books, lots of nature. Get out there and go for a walk in the North Virginia snow, and you'll navigate it well.
God bless your heart, God bless your mind, and God bless your beautiful intention to share the wisdom that life has taught you with all of us.
Means a lot to me, Mohammed. God bless you too. You're very kind to say that. You take care of yourself.
You too. God bless.
God bless. Bye.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. I think that's it. I hope I've been helpful. I want to thank everyone who showed up and did some video chatting with me. And I want to wish you all great peace and great productivity, great prosperity, and lots of love. And go out there and do amazing things and radiate your big heart. Take care. Bye.